Hi everyone, my name is Sanjeev. In this video, I will demo how to set up CI/CD using Jenkins and Mule Maven plugin to automate the Mule application deployment. Let's start the demo. For setup, we need JDK. I have installed the JDK 11.0.2 from this jdk.java.net/archive site. So we can download the JDK from this website. I have downloaded and extracted 11.0.2 64-bit Windows zip. I downloaded and I extracted in my local folder. We need to download Jenkins. So Jenkins can be downloaded from jenkins.io/download site. So we can download the Jenkins from here. This is the site. I have downloaded Jenkins 2.4 26.2 LTS for Windows. After downloading the Jenkins, we can install the Jenkins. So instructions to install the Jenkins are given here in this site. So we can follow the instructions to install the Jenkins. Setup wizard. It will ask for the folder. Then you can provide your local username and password. Here you can provide the port number. I am using 8080. Here you need to provide the path of the Java home directory where you extracted the JDK file. So you can provide the path for JDK. Here is the service detail. You can click next here and then install the Jenkins. Jenkins installation will start. Once Jenkins has been installed, you can click finish. Once Jenkins is installed, you can go to the localhost 8080 and here you need to unlock the Jenkins. So you need to provide the password. Password would be in this directory. So you can copy the password from this file and then you can provide the password here. It will unlock the Jenkins. In next step, it will ask for a plugin installation. So either you can select the install suggested plugin or you can select the option select plugins to install. In first option, install suggested plugin, it will install the recommended plugins like GitHub plugins and all, or you can manually also you can select the plugin and you can actually install it. If you are not installing any plugin, you can also go later on and you can click manage Jenkins and plugin and you can install and add additional plugins later on as well. So I have selected install suggested plugin. So I have got all the common plugins, basic plugins like GitHub and all that we need in this demo. So I'm going to use those plugins. They are automatically installed by this option. Then in next step, it will ask to create the administrative user, first administrator user. And I have created a username admin and I have given my email address. So you can also do that. Let me go to the localhost 8080. And here I will log in with my administrator password, admin, click sign in. So once you install the JDK and install the Jenkins properly, you should be in this page. Now I will set up the Git repo and the project. I will create one Mule project as well. If you don't have Git, you can install the Git. Once you install, first time you can configure your username and user.email also. So I have set up user.name to Sanjeev Tripathi and user.email to my email address. So let me log into the GitHub. So this is my GitHub. I will click new and I will create the new repository. So I will give the name here CICD demo. In description, I will say CICD demo. Let me fix this CICD demo repository name. And here I will click create repo. Now I will go to the Anypoint Studio and I will create the Mule project. New Mule project. I will give the same name as repo CICD demo. I will give the path C projects and I will give the project name CICD demo. Click finish. Now I will create a simple project here. So I will drag a listener here. I will give the path CICD and I will create the default connector configuration. Now I will drag a transform message component and here I will send the JSON payload. So it's just a greeting message, hello there. Let me save the project. So we have project here. Now I will right click and open the git bash here. Now I will link this project to my GitHub repo. So I will go to the GitHub and this is the repo we created. I will execute this command to link the project with the remote git repo that we just created here. So I will follow these commands. First I will execute git init. I will initialize the git here in my local folder CICD demo. Git init, git initialized. Now I will run the git add command. So I will say git add dot. So this is the command to add all the changed files. So it will add all the files. Now I will do git commit. Instead of first commit, I will say initial commit. Commit command executed. I will not create main branch. I will stay with the master branch. So now I will link this git local project to the remote repo. So I will execute this command. Git remote add. Now I will push the changes to the GitHub and I will push these changes to the master branch. So I'm pushing these changes to the master branch. I will go to the GitHub. If I will refresh this page, I should be able to see my code here. So I can see my project is here now. This is a project that we created in Anypoint Studio, and we can see this in our GitHub CICD repo. Now I will add a Maven plugin configuration to my POM file. So this is the place where we can get this configuration from. Let me close these tabs. I will open new tab, and here I will go to the Mule documentation. So here you can read more about Mule Maven plugin. So we need to enhance our POM file. We need to add these configurations to our POM file. Cloud Hub deployment configuration. So I'll copy these configuration. In fact, I already have that. So I will copy this configuration to my POM file in CI/CD demo Mule project. So I will go to the POM file. So here we are going to add the configuration under Mule Maven plugin. So this is deployment configuration. It has the URI. This is a Anypoint platform URL. This is a Mule runtime version. So this property is already defined here. App runtime, Mule runtime. This is the username password of Anypoint platform. We need to pass username password here. This is a Cloud Hub application name for the application name that will be deployed in runtime manager. So this value of this will be application name that will be deployed in Anypoint platform runtime manager. Here we need to provide environment like dev or production region. This is a Anypoint platform region. It could be US East 2, US East 1, Asia Pacific South, like that. Workers, number of workers, like one worker, two worker. Worker type is like a micro. Based on the size of the project, we can select different worker type. Based on the worker type, the associated vCore will be allocated to the application. We can also pass these properties to our Mule application. Like we can pass, just for example, note and value. We can say hello there. So this is a change we need actually for Mule Maven plugin. So once we have this configuration, Cloud Hub deployment configuration, we can run this command maven clean deploy with the -d switch mule deploy, and this will deploy the Mule application to the Cloud Hub. We are providing some properties here. We need to give the value of these properties. So we need to pass these environment variables. I have already built this command. I enhance this command to pass these values. So here is the command mule clean deploy. Deploy does the build package and all. And then I have the worker type. We need to pass worker type. So I'm using -d option. I'm passing micro. Similarly, I'm passing workers value here 1. Region I'm passing US is 2. We need to pass region. Environment I'm passing dev. I will deploy in dev environment. Username, this is my Anypoint platform username and password. and this is the name. So I'm saying actually this CI/CD demo should be deployed with this name in runtime manager. So I'm saying CI/CD dash today's date. So now we are almost ready to set up the Jenkins. So let's go to the Jenkins dashboard now. Now I will set up the CI/CD pipeline. Here we can create a new project, new item. I will give the name CI/CD demo, and I will select freestyle project. Click OK. In description, we can give a CI/CD demo. Here we can provide the GitHub detail, GitHub project detail like repo URL if you want, but this is optional. Source code management, we should be using Git because we pushed our code in the Git. We are using Git, so let me select the Git here. Here we need to provide the repository URL. So let me go to the GitHub. So this is our repo. Let me copy the repository. Copy URL. So here I will give the repository URL. Credential. Let me add the credential here. So this is a credential for my GitHub account. Type is user password. Scope global is fine. Username, I will copy the username from here. This is my username. API integration hub. Now I will enter my password. I entered password. ID, I will say GitHub creds. Description, I will say GitHub credential. Click add. Now I will select the credential that we just created. Here we have only branch master, but if you have different branch, you can provide the different branch. But right now we have only master branch, so it automatically selected. So we are using master branch here. Build trigger. So when we want to trigger the build, so these are the option. I will choose poll SCM, and here in schedule I will provide every minute. So star 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 5 star. That means it will poll every minute. It will look for the changes in the code every minute. So this is sufficient for this demo, but in your case, you might need to change to the hour or different value, maybe every 15 minutes. Build step. So we will add the build step here. Here are the options. You can execute a shell script if you are working on the Linux, or if you are working with the Ant or Gradle, you can select these options. For our case, we can select Maven targets, or we can run the Windows batch command because I am using Windows laptop. So I will select the execute Windows batch command. And we already built the command. This is our command. Here we are using Maven clean deploy, mule deploy, and then we are passing all environment variables here. So I'll copy this and paste it here. So this will execute this batch command. We can also specify post build action if you want. Like we can publish JUnit test results, we can publish Java doc, We can notify through email if it fails. So all these options are there, but I'm not going to select anything from here. So let me apply it and save the changes. Now it will start polling the code and we should see the build started here. Okay, let me show you the configuration again. Okay, build also started meantime. So let me show you configuration one more time. We provide description. Then we selected the source code as a git, provide the repository URL. We created the credentials and we selected the credentials for GitHub. Then here is the branch. Then the build trigger option which used poll SCM. We configured we should poll every minute. And here we added a build step and here we provide the batch command ambient clean deploy mule deploy and we send the environment variables. So that's what we did and our build started. Let me go to this build and it failed seems like. Let me go to the console output. Let's check what happened, why it's failed. Okay, it's saying deployment configuration is not valid. Okay, this makes sense because we changed the configuration in our local project and Anypoint Studio, but we don't have these changes in GitHub. So you see here, we don't have those changes. We don't have a Cloud Hub deployment configuration here because we didn't push the changes to the GitHub, GitHub repo. So here, let me commit these changes. Mule Maven plugin configuration. Okay, first we need to say git a dot. Now we have to commit. Now we need to push the changes. So I'll push the changes to the master. Now I will refresh this page in the GitHub repo. Now we can see we have these changes. Now I will go to the Jenkins and now we should see the build number 2. It will start very soon. Because we changed the project, so we got the build 2 started. It recognized the change in GitHub repo and start building. So this is a console output and it's failing again. Okay, something wrong in the POM file. Let me see that. Okay, we didn't properly close this element note. Here I need to say /note. Save it and I will push the changes to the GitHub repo. git add, git commit, configuration updated, and now I will push this change to the GitHub master branch. So we should see this change here, and our build also start pretty soon. Now we have proper element nodes, start and close is correct. So here we should see the third build because we made a change. Jenkins will poll the change and it will see that change happened and it started the new build. So here we can see the console output. We can see the deploy artifact, creating application, starting the application. So application has been uploaded to the Anypoint platform runtime. So let me go there. I will go to the runtime manager. So application has been uploaded and it's deploying, and that's what we are checking here. The Jenkins is checking. So it's waiting for a status to be deployed. So once it gets confirmation that application has been deployed in runtime manager in any point platform, it will give the status build is successful. So it's getting deployed. Let me go to the settings. And here we can see the property. So we send one property note, hello there, value. So this is the property we send, note hello there, and that's what we can see this. So it's getting deployed. Once it's deployed, we will invoke this URL. /CICD endpoint. So let me open a new tab for invoking the endpoint, CICD endpoint. I can close this tab. We don't need this. It will take a couple of minutes to complete the deployment. We can see log also here as well, deployment log. Application is started. So we can see that green signal started, status started. Let me go to the settings and I can get this domain name. I will go to the new tab and here I will invoke the CICD endpoint. It will go to the Cloud Hub. Click enter. Okay, let me copy this again. Pasted, and I will remove this S. So we can see the response message, hello there. And that's what we are sending as a payload, hello there. And here in Jenkins, we should be seeing that build is successful. So build is success, we got the message, log here, finished, build finished. So our build number 3 got finished and this is a successful. When we see green tick mark, that means successful. and these two build failed. Now I will make a small change in my application. I will remove there and I will just say hello, save it. I will go to the git wares and I will push this change. Payload updated. I will push the code to the repo and GitHub. Now we will go to the Jenkins and we should see the new build here. So it recognizes the change because we post to the GitHub and it's building. This time it will upload the jar file, project jar file, and it will redeploy the application because the application is already running, so it will redeploy the application. See, this application already exists, so it's redeploying. Now we can go to the Anypoint platform. So we can see that application is getting updated. It will take a couple of minutes to update the application. Once update, I will invoke this endpoint and we should see the change here. We should see the message just hello, not hello there. So this is simplest way to set up the CI/CD pipeline to deploy the Mule application to the Cloud Hub. It's pulls the code for any change in this repo, and when it's find the change, it will run this command. So this will clean and deploy the project, it package it, build it, and then deploy to the Cloud Hub. It is still deploying. Let me check the logs here. So it's trying to start the worker and then application. So application successfully started. So still updating the status here. Let me invoke the endpoint. Okay, so we can see the new payload here. Hello, message hello. And our build should be successful now. Should see the log. It is still checking the status. Okay, is started now completely here in runtime manager, and we should see the log here, successful log here as well. Okay, we got the message build successful, finish with success. So Jenkins facilitate the automation of the deployment of Mule application and internally use the Mule Maven plugin. Mule Maven plugin does all the works for deployment, but Jenkins pulls the code in GitHub and then run this command whenever any change happens in the GitHub repo in project. So this is how you can set up a simple CI/CD pipeline using Jenkins and Mule Maven plugin, and you can automate the deployment of Mule application to the Cloud Hub. This is all in this video. If you like this video, click the like button and subscribe the channel. Thanks for watching. Thank you very much.